All right, as you can see in the thumbnail, you got Manny Pacquiao, Bob Arum, Eddie Hearn, and Jaron Ennis. And you might be saying Manny Pacquiao is not with Bob Arum anymore. But I'm showing you something, a similarity when it comes to these promoters. And I want to put the pieces to the puzzle. Okay, so this video might be 25 or 30 minutes long, so I suggest that you speed me up 1.2.5 or maybe 1.5, going along with my tone and how I move with my voice, whatever speed your mind could get to and hear all the specific details and all the facts, and you can understand where I'm coming from. Just as long, speed it up. That's all. I do that to everybody else. Sometimes I speed it up 1.5. I get the message and I hear. I also do the same. Don't see it's 30 minutes like I ain't gonna stick around. Just speed the shit up. All right, my vocabulary and everything ain't that big. All right, so you could flow with it at 1.5, right? So what I'm trying to show you here is that you got Bob Arum when he was with Manny Pacquiao, right? And you have Eddie Hearn with Ennis now. Now, I want to show you some things, and I want to put it together, right? So let's start with Manny Pacquiao, so I can lead myself to Eddie Hearn in boots, right? Now, you might say Eddie Hearn and Bob Arum is not the same, but I'll get to that, right? Because, of course, Eddie Hearn, he promotes a little bit better majority of his fighters. Where Bob Arum, he has his moments with certain fighters that he particularly want to promote more, right? I get that, but I'm not talking about that. So let's go into the investigation of Bob Arum and Manny Pacquiao, and when Manny Pacquiao was supposed to fight Terrence Crawford. Now, before I get into that part, I want everybody to remember these channels, right? All these channels, majority's black channels. You know, I'm black, but the majority, they was pushing a narrative and they was pushing propaganda about how Bob Arum feels some kind of health hazard for Manny Pacquiao, and he was worried. He was so worried about Manny Pacquiao getting hurt by Terrence Crawford. So they was pushing that video the most. Matter of fact, I'm going to show you that video right now. But remember, look at the timeline. I made sure I recorded the thing, and I recorded how many years when he said this. And I'm going to show you the next video that he said about Manny Pacquiao versus Terrence Crawford. And I'm going to show you the timeline and the proof, right? That's what matters. And let's get into it. Come on.
Does that put you with Crawford now in this position? Who's the second best? Is it still Manny, or are you looking at maybe Porter, Garcia?
Manny Pacquiao won't fight him because...
Well, you said you don't want Manny to fight him either.
Well, yeah, I don't want Manny to fight him because it's a devastation, and I still have a sore spot for Manny. And guys like Sean Gibbons and so forth don't want Manny to fight him because they feel the same way. You know, so rule out a Pacquiao fight. Then that leaves maybe Danny Garcia. I don't think that's a particularly big fight, and it's like a who cares fight. I look more at the 140s, who'll eventually become 147s. Ramirez, Prograis, the Scottish guy Taylor. I think those will be big future opponents for Crawford.
So when the interviewer asked Bob Arum about Manny Pacquiao, Bob Arum spoke for Manny Pacquiao and said he doesn't want that fight. He doesn't want to fight Terrence Crawford. Then he's saying, this is what he's saying, right? That I don't want the fight. And there's videos of him saying that he blocked the fight. I got that video. I don't want to waste your time with that, but you could do the research. He said, I blocked the fight, right? That's a fact. He blocked the fight. He even said it, right? And then he says Sean Gibbons, he feels like he don't want that fight for Manny Pacquiao. And then there's videos of Roach, right? Manny Pacquiao's trainer or whatever, saying, well, I don't think that's a good fight for Manny Pacquiao because Terrence Crawford, blah, blah, blah. So that's 4 years ago. In that video, I showed the timeline, right? But now, let's go to another video of Bob Arum. Okay, let's go.
Manny Pacquiao is coming back November 5th out here. Do you think he's going to be really keeping a close eye on this Crawford-Postol fight? What do you think of it?
I know that he will. I talked to Michael Collins, and they got the times that it's going to be shown in the Philippines Sunday morning, Saturday night. And Manny says that he'll watch. And if he doesn't, he'll, if it coincides with church, he'll go to church, tape it, and watch it. But he will, by Sunday night, have seen the fight.
Gotcha. Terrence Crawford, if he were to win, did you always feel he was a fighter who could be competitive with a Manny Pacquiao, that he's ready for that kind of stage?
Well, I don't know. A lot of my matchmakers think that Manny is too much for him. One thing about Terrence is that he is vulnerable to a good southpaw puncher. He leaves himself open a little bit. So the question is, Manny, who's a terrific puncher, if he nails Crawford, what happens? That's a good fight, though. I would pay to see that fight.
Gotcha. There's also the other name, possibility, Jesse Vargas. He's been coming great performance stopping Saddam Ali. Tell me about Jesse.
Jesse's a terrific kid, and he's a great personality, and he's developed a knockout punch, and it could be a dangerous fight for Manny. So those are the two options. People say, well, why don't you say, like I said, maybe the winner of Crawford-Postol.
Would that be odd with Freddie training both guys?
Well, I think Freddie would make a choice and be with Manny. But, Postol is sort of a fluke in the junior welterweight division because Postol is like 5'11", and Manny is 5'5". That's a pretty big differentiation in height. So the question is, how appealing would that fight be? In other words, I can't just make fights and then say, well, you beat this guy and therefore we'll do a pay-per-view fight. How's it going to sell? Right? So, I don't know. I think Crawford is much more likely if he wins than Postol.
In this video, as you can see the timeline, it's past 4 years. And if you look in the back, if you investigate very clearly, it clarifies Postol versus Crawford. Postol versus Crawford, right? So which one holds more value? Which one holds more value? Well, the one in the past. Because this is what Bob Arum said out of his own mouth. He said, man, the matchmakers, not just me, but the matchmakers are saying that Manny might be too much for Crawford. And if he gets his, and listen, I always said, if Crawford get hit by Pacquiao, he's the guy to test that chin. That's what I always said in my videos, right? Because I did start my channel on Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford, and Manny Pacquiao. Once I heard Manny Pacquiao was going to fight Errol Spence, 4 years, I started my channel. And this is where I'm at. Voila, right? I'll get back to that with the Philippines, right? But this is what he said. And he even didn't speak for himself. Bob Arum spoke for the matchmakers. And the matchmakers are like, nah, Bob, this is your new ace in the card, man. This is your new ace in the card, man. You really want to matchmake that? And, don't you want to build Terrence Crawford up, or you want to put him in that risk factor? And this is a long time where after Victor Postol and Terrence Crawford is supposed to fight, that Manny Pacquiao is supposed to be next. Manny Pacquiao said, listen, I got to go to church, but I'll record it and I'll watch it after. But that doesn't mean that Manny Pacquiao didn't see him before, right? But he wants to fight. Oh, now he wants to fight, right? It's not a problem, right? But this much holds much more value than the one 4 years ago. Yeah, so that's what holds more value, right? The one there where he could have made that match. He could make that match after the Postal fight. So, you know, and this is the funny thing that I heard about, that I like what Bob Arum said. He said, well, you know, just because Postal beat Crawford, if he beats Crawford, that doesn't mean I'll make the fight with Manny Pacquiao. How can it sell? I don't know. And he's 5'11", and Manny Pacquiao is 5'5". Well, I don't see the difference of that, because if you look at this picture right here, yeah, everybody's bigger than Manny Pacquiao. Well, Oscar De La Hoya was 5'10", but wait a minute. He fought a young Jesse Vargas that was 5'11", and could crack, right? So he was worried about Victor Postal being 5'11" and Manny Pacquiao being small, but really he wasn't worried about that. What he was really worried about, that it can't sell. It might sell better with Terence Crawford fighting Manny Pacquiao, but if Terence Crawford loses to Postal, he don't see no reason to make that fight. And this is what I'm getting at about reasoning with your promoter and the fighter, and the clash that they have, right? Example, Shakur and Bob Arum, and there's other, you know, there's other ones, but you know, this is what Shakur said about on his way out, that it wasn't fair that ESPN or Bob Arum, they conspired to show people leaving the arena in his hometown and blah blah blah. And I look at that and I'm like, it's a dirty job out here. Regardless if you're a fighter or a promoter, they play dirty. Boxers and promoters play dirty, right? So this is something that's not common to me, right? So I'm doing this for education purposes only, because I'm getting to a point when it comes to Jaron Ennis, Boots Ennis, and Eddie Hearn, right? So let's look a little bit more deep into Manny Pacquiao, because Manny Pacquiao looked like he's going to be stepping on the scene, right? And he's going to be in the welterweight division. That's one, right? Regardless if he's just doing it to make history and then call it a wrap, or he's trying to accomplish whatever he want to accomplish. That's another video. But I'm not going to get too big on that, because you know why? At the last 5 years went by, Conor Ben, a whole bunch of fighters said they was going to fight this man, and it's like, to me, a conspiracy to waste time, right? So he doesn't fight, right? So until that day is signed, and it's signed, seal, and deliver, I'll talk about Manny Pacquiao and this fight. So with Mario Barrios. So, because you know I'm a Pac-tard, so it's not that I forgot. It's just that I'm waiting for a date, and when the date is cleared, then we'll talk about it. Until then, I'm not gonna get all hoopla about something that's not even date. So back to what I'm saying about this clash between, you know, fighter and promoter, and how dirty the promoter can be. So I'm gonna show you a couple of things, and then we're gonna move into when Manny Pacquiao was leaving Bob Arum, and how some of these black channels, I'm black, right? Some of these black channels were saying, oh, Jeff Horn, he whipped Manny Pacquiao ass, right? I'll get into that too, right? But let me show you a couple of things here with the timeline when he was on his way out. Let's go. Okay, now on July 23rd, 2016, Terence Crawford scored an impressive 12-round unanimous decision over Victor Postal. That's 2016. All right, so the event took place on July 2nd, 2017 at Suncorp Stadium in Brisbane, Australia. Okay, that's when the fight happened between Manny Pacquiao and Jeff Horn. All right. When did Pacquiao leave Top Rank? Pacquiao was quick to pull the trigger, insisting that the July 2017 fight with Jeff Horn was his last under his 5-fight 2014 deal with Top Rank. Sound familiar, Shakur? Right? Didn't Bob Arum offer you a 5-fight deal? You denied it, and you going fight by fight. That's cool. Doesn't matter if fight by fight. But when you're on your way out, a lot of things happen, and it's the right of the promoter to promote you or don't promote you and make you look like you're not worth anything, right? So that's the read between the lines that you are worth something if somebody trying to make you look like you ain't worth nothing. Okay? So, and it's funny, like I had to show you those 3 clips because I was showing you the clip, what date it was when Terrence Crawford and Postal fought, right? And if I showed you the video, this is what you call read between the lines. I showed you the video where Bob Arum said, and that was with the Postal and Crawford background, right? And he said, oh man, I don't think that's a good fight for Terrence Crawford. And I'm speaking for the matchmakers also, right? So when I hear that, I'm like, okay. I mean, if I'm a promoter and I have Manny Pacquiao, right? And I just got Terrence Crawford to sign, right? And I'm like, this is my new young blood right here. And he's in my stable. And the matchmaker's telling me, man, listen, just keep Manny away from Terrence Crawford because at the end of the day, it looked like Manny Pacquiao was leaving you and something's going on. Because remember, that fight happened in 2017 with Jeff Horn, and he was saying he was going to leave, right? He was going to leave Bob Arum. So it's either you get rid of Manny Pacquiao, right? Or you can't have both of them in the same stable, and you're not gonna get anything out of it. You're gonna have fans asking why this fight is not happening. So now you gotta make it look like Manny Pacquiao don't want the fight, right? As a promoter, you have to see this. You have to see things as a promoter. If you're a promoter, you got new blood, right? You're trying to work his way and make fights and make his name big and blah, 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 and all this stuff, right? So regardless if the fans or the matchmakers or whatever, we all know Manny Pacquiao is a risk, right? Moderate or high, it doesn't matter. If you think that Terrence Crawford could be Manny Pacquiao at the time after the Postal fight, fine. But as a matchmaker or a promoter, you got to say, man, if I put him in there and Manny Pacquiao tests that chin and he gets wibbly wobbly or Bambi legs, but he recoups and he beats Manny Pacquiao or whatever, or Manny beats him, that's the worst thing, right? Because as a promoter, you're worried about what's coming in. You ain't worried about what's going out. You're worried about what's going in. So, as a matchmakers, as a promoters, you don't want to show any flaws. Even if Terrence Crawford had beat Manny at that time, you do not want to see any flaws. And when you show flaws, you show it to your opponents. And that could make a fight even worse for your new fighter. You understand what I'm saying? So it's either the promoter don't want to show the flaws, the matchmakers on his side saying, man, regardless if we think Terrence, let's not just put him in there with a Manny Pacquiao style right now, because we don't want to show no flaws. And God forbid if Manny Pacquiao whips his ass and then he's out after his five fight deal. The fifth fight was what? Jeff Horn. So that is an issue that promoters got to go through, and they got to think twice about the risk, medium, high, or moderate. You know, these are the things they got to think about. So let's get back to the video. But we all know Manny Pacquiao always say, just sign him up and I'll fight him. That's it. Ain't nothing to do with his reach. Ain't nothing to do with his height. If he can make the weight, this is what Manny said. If he can make the weight, we can make the fight. That's it. So now on his way out, just like how Shakur Stevenson felt this way at 140, where Bob Arum at 140 didn't win the fight, the IBF and WBA champion, because they don't know those jabronis. Remember I showed you that clip? I think I made 1.9 views on that, right? But I showed you when you have a problem with your promoter and the fighter, and when the fighter want to be unified or undisputed, and the promoter say, well, though they don't know those jabronis, so the promoter, ain't gonna make no money on it, so why would I make the fight, right? So there's always maybe he wants to be champion, maybe the promoter's like, well, you want to be champion, but not me losing money because it's not going to make any money for me, right? So this is what I'm trying to show you. So now when it's time to leave, Manny Pacquiao leave, Bob Arum, guess what happens? Well, Bob Arum sets up a thing in Australia with Duco Promotion. They do a co-promotion, right? I don't know where. I was like, who the hell is this guy, right? And Jeff Horn and Bob Arum is trying to explain to him, I think this is your last fight, and this is what I want you to do. And at the end of the fight, and in this fight, I had a lot of people that don't like Manny, and I know they don't like Manny. A lot of I'm black. A lot of black channels don't like Manny Pacquiao. I'm going to give you the reasons why, right? And they want to see Floyd whip his ass, right? It's been 5 years going on, back and forth, blah, blah, blah. So this fight happens. And I'm telling you, this is not even opinion. And if it's opinion, a lot of people got this opinion. Instead of these stupid black channels saying, yeah, Jeff Horn whipped his ass. Jeff Horn whipped his ass, right? Right? So what'd you say? What do you say, buddy? Oh, my buddies, yo. What? Yeah, yes. Even Terrence Crawford said he had to look at that fight over again. And at first he thought Jeff Horn cheated him, but then he looked it back and he said Jeff Horn was beating on Manny Pacquiao. And I agree on that. Yeah. But something that your channels are not agreeing on. And it's that little wink that Bob Arum gives to the referee to let things be, right? And when I mean let things be, well, I'll let this video explain it.
It is the first Manny Pacquiao fight, and you just treat it like any other fight. You know, it's you get in there and you just do your job. And okay, thank you, enjoy.
Hey, did you see that? Did you see the girl, right? The Australian girl in the audience doing this. Like she wanted to throw up. She was despicable. She said, come on, man. Yeah, I'm rooting for you, but damn, dude, you gotta roughhouse this dude like that to win? Let's move on a little bit more and let's look at the rough tactics. Let's look at the forearms, the elbows, the heads, going in with their head, the headlocks, the DDTs, the suplexes, the trips. Let's just watch some more of this shit, all right?
leading in with his head, leads his head in there all the time. You can see what he's doing. Look what he's doing. Look what he's doing. Well, I also want to give Jeff. If you want to wear this in the fight, that'd be absolutely
disgusting, yo. Disgusting. And even through all that dirty tactics, elbows, forearms, headlocks, trips, headbutts, and left southpaws and orthodox, they always gonna have, no, that was too many fucking headbutts. Going in with your head like a flipping rhino. Yo, disgusting, man. And Manny, that little engine that could almost knocked Jeff Thorne ass out in the 9th round. Almost knocked his ass out in the 9th round, yo. And then the decision is this. Bob Arum, right? With the referee and with the victory, right? Wait, hold on. I have to stop the video. I hear Bud Buddy. Oh, Bud Buddy asking me a question. He's trying to state something. I hear you, Bud Buddy. That didn't happen to Crawford. Crawford waxed. He washed Jeff Horn. Well, yes, he did. You know why? You fucking asshole. My Bud Buddy friend. You know why? Because the referee didn't give the wink. Bob Arum said, referee, right? Turn your head when you see something go dirty. But that didn't happen between Jeff Horn and Terrence Crawford. And you know why? And even if he gave the wink, if Bob Arum gave the wink, it won't work on Terrence Crawford. My man's a wrestler, and he could fight dirty if he want to. And I feel that Jeff Horn, when he felt that pressure, remember, Manny's 5'5". I'm not making an excuse for Manny, right? But Jeff Horn was a big motherfucker in that fight, yo. He was big, right? Not making no excuses, because Manny Pacquiao fight all kind of big people, right? But what Jeff Horn did to Manny Pacquiao, he was not able to do with Terrence Buck. Terrence Buck would not let that happen, having wrestling skills, and he could play dirty too, man. So I feel like when Jeff Horn felt that power from Terrence Crawford, he said, nah, I'm not going to go that way. Now, you better not go that way with Terrence Crawford, because he's going to beat your ass even worse. So you don't want to round him up in that certain kind of dirty ass. So he had no chance. And plus, at the end of the day, where did the belt go? It went back to Top Rank, and it went to his young blood, new up-and-coming fighter, Terrence Crawford. You see how that works? Right? You see how everything, that Duco Motion promotion in Australia in his last fight, and then all of a sudden the fight went dirty and blah, 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 and then all of a sudden Terrence come in, there's no wink of the eye, and even if it did, Terrence Crawford ain't having that. He's built different. He's strong as fuck. It wasn't working. And plus, the whole idea was to get that belt back to Bob Arum and have it for Terrence Crawford. Let's get back to the fucking video. Because after Pacquiao's 5-fight deal, you can't leave with that WBO belt. Yeah. So all this, because I'm black. No. It happens to the Filipinos too. And it happens to whoever. It's a money thing. It ain't a skin color thing. It's a money thing. And that's I'm trying to keep my mind right. Fuck that. And this is what I'm trying to tell you motherfuckers. I don't care about you black, funky American apes, and I don't give a fuck about you Filipino fucking funky apes either. And when I mean this, I really fucking mean this. If you're Filipino and you racist, get the fuck out of my, just unsubscribe. If you're fucking American, well, you know how I am. You see, I'm trying to explain something to both sides of you funky ape niggas. Both of y'all, all right? You ignorant, short-centered mind, small-minded, don't think for yourself. See, if I was listening to both of y'all niggas, and all this hatred on both sides, I would never like Manny, yo. I would never look at Manny and his skill set. Never mind outside the ring, because he's good outside the ring. I'm talking about inside. Because I would have got infiltrated by hate. Hate is a motherfucking distraction. Just like a motherfucking preference. Just like your fucking views. And everything is a fucking distraction. And you gotta learn this, man. Right? And get out this fucking, black and white, black and Filipino, black and Mexican. Listen, I'm gonna tell you right now, race matters. You know when it matters? When your ass is in fucking prison And you got to find your culture to stick with. Because the day you don't pick your culture and you over there with some white people or some Spanish people or whatever, and your ass is black as black, and you're American, yeah, you're number one enemy. So yeah, it's a time and place for picking your race. And I think that's the best time to pick your race, when you're in prison. But other than that, outside is a free world and everybody is equal opportunity of bullshit. Bullshit. So if I got infiltrated through all this fuckery, my eyes wouldn't have been open at all. So fuck you, funky Filipino apes, and fuck you, black American funky apes. That's racism. Because I'm letting you know right now, my channel was, you know who supported me first before the Americans? The Filipinos. They did. Thank you. Thank you for subscribing, right? Because like I said, I started my channel. Day one, I had Manny Pacquiao beating Errol and Crawford. That's my opinion. That's all it is, right? Regardless if you think I'm a sellout or not. That's what I see with the stylistic of fighting Spence and Crawford. And I always said, look, Spence going to be an easy walk in the park. But Crawford, he's not. And Pacquiao could be the only one I know that could test that shit. At the time, that's what I thought. And if I go back, I won't take it back. The same thought I would still have. Because of the style of the fight. The angles, the going in it. Listen. So all I'm telling you, you got to be able to clear your mind and don't let people infiltrate your mind on hate. Not at all. Because I wouldn't see, and I wouldn't see what I had to see if I listened to all this racism and bullshit on both sides. I won't be able to do it. When I see somebody tell me something, I go and do my own homework. That's it. So now, let me get out of this shit because I'm getting really pissed, man. When I seen that fight, it just fucked up my next day, and it just irritated me, man. Really, and I had a thing for Bob Arum. I really hated, I really disliked this dude, man. Right at the time with this bullshit, I really did. Right. Right now, I ain't got no thoughts or feelings about it. I just know the business, and the business is corrupt. And the business don't have no room for morals and integrity. You got to find that on your own. That's it. But don't bitch and moan when you don't see integrity and morals and a dirty fucking sport like this. Suck it up. Get your chest up. Right? And move on. Fucking, I can't stand that shit, yo. I hope I offended some Filipinos. I hope I offended some Philippines. Because you know why? Because y'all do it to your own fucking race. All these indigenous Philippines that has my skin color, y'all do it to them. See my black Americans? It's not just you dealing with white people and all this shit. We're at the bottom, right? And in every race, even when I look at Indian films, because I like watching Bollywood. I'll just be honest. I like Bollywood sometimes, and I watch it. All I see is light skin. And then I see all the dark skin dancers in the back. Listen, black Americans, open your fucking eyes. Don't get so sensitive. This shit happens everywhere. That's why sometimes I even, I can't watch black American films sometimes. I can't watch American films sometimes. Sometimes I just watch South Korean movies. I like South Korean movies. They have very imagination, without all the getting undressed, having sex, and all the preferences that needs to be in the fucking movie in order to feel like they accept it. All this fuckery, right? So I watch South Korean movies, man. I do. Sometimes I just keep my eye on it. It's very beautiful. They're very imaginative. One day I suggest you go and see that. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I watch some Bali in there. I watch some Nigerian movies. I mix it up. I don't let nobody infiltrate my mind. I gotta look and see things differently when it comes to race and culture. That's it. All right, so now, I'm getting to this point now where I'm coming to Boots Ennis. And I'm going to end this shit easy. Boots. Now, I'm going to tell you my real opinion on Boots and Jaron Boots. I feel even though he took himself out the WBO, went the IBF route, right? And I could go back in past and bring these arguments like these motherfuckers best fight the best. They love to go in the past, right? It's okay. It's good. But sometimes it gets too fucking lame. It gets too fucking lame. And after a while, you notice that they like to use arguments of the past to bring up in the future. But let's listen to what's going on in the present and what Boots want in the future. And then I'm going to go on with what I think Boots is going to happen with Eddie Hearn.
Boots, Matt Tucker fight on TV. You're back home. Got a big showcase fight with David. What's your mindset like coming into this fight?
My mindset is win. Win, look good, be smart, put on a beautiful show, get the knockout, and put the welterweight division on notice. It's time to collect these belts, rest of these belts.
Crawford and Spence, they moved up to 154. What are your thoughts on that? Are you disappointed that they got out of your division?
I really don't care. I just want to collect the belts at 147, be undisputed at 147, and then when I get to 54, handle business at 54, collect the belts at 54, 16, 68.
That's your long-term goals right now?
Yeah.
Yes, I will continue showing that video of what Boots said, because I'm pretty sure after Boots said that, he still got some hard-headed, stupid frocking channels that are going to still say Crawford's ducking Boots, when Boots just said that he don't care about what's going on at the 154 division. He just want to clear out the 147. We don't know how long that's going to take. One fight a year, 2 fights a year, but it's going to take some time. All right, it's going to take some time. So, no, I'm good. But at the end of the day, I'm going to tell you this right now. Eddie Hearn, well, Boots, your idea is not just your idea anymore. The way you want to move is not your way anymore. You got to co-promote your ideas and your movements with Eddie Hearn. And if Eddie Hearn say, yo, you my new fresh blood, right? You're just coming in, right? I'm going to move you a certain way. It is what it is. Yes, the boxer is the boss and the promoter does what the boxer says. But remember, promoters, they got this. They got the gift of gab. Why you think they call a promoter? Regardless if they can promote or not, regardless if they decide they're going to promote certain fighters and say they're better than Muhammad Ali, or he's the next Muhammad Ali, and then the other fighter, he don't promote. Here, these promoters now know that they got social media, and it's easier for the boxer to promote themselves. Say they do it half the battle, right? Especially if they drama queens and entitled. They have a mouth that's gonna open their fucking mouth every time on Twitter, X, and shit like that. So the promoters is not stupid. They don't have to put that much work into promoting, right? But all I'm saying, I'm showing you. I went around the whole world, from the Philippines to America, to show you that what's going on. Not even in this video, a video with the 140 and the 140, what Shakur wanted and what Bob wanted and what Bob didn't want to do. I'm also showing you now about Manny Pacquiao and how you want that fight, and how these Americans over here saying, Bob Arum loves Manny Pacquiao and he has a soft heart for Manny Pacquiao. Bob Arum ain't got shit for Manny Pacquiao. When Manny Pacquiao can't fill this nigga pockets no more, Bob Arum is like, skedaddle, kick rocks, we done with you. All that, yeah, I got a heart, and I don't want to see Manny hurt. Man, get out of here. I can't believe these black Americans believe that bullshit. Yeah, oh my God, I'm so fucking ashamed. So fucking ashamed. But when it comes to Boots, I can see Eddie Hearn putting you in certain positions. I don't know if he's going to move you slowly or fast. But hey, you could have, if Eddie Hearn say, yeah, let's go up to 154, you beat the IBF champion and you put your position to fight Errol and Crawford. No, that's not what he's going to tell you to do. He's going to give you the best fights, and you're young and you have a great record. And I hope you surpass Mayweather with that 50-0, 49-0. But that's my opinion. My opinion don't matter. It's what's put in the record books. He got 50-0. Okay? So that's what I'm saying when it comes to Boots. Your ideas ain't your ideas no more. It's a co-promotion idea with Eddie Hearn. And if Eddie Hearn is going to move you a certain way, because to tell you the truth, like I said, I don't think Boots is scared to fight Crawford. I think the people around him is scared for Boots to fight Crawford. Now, on the other hand, if I feel that Crawford could beat Boots because he got more experience, that's my opinion. And if you got an opinion that Boots could beat Crawford because he's young and he's strong like an ox, that's your opinion. But at the end of the day, we got to learn and understand the difference between the promoter and the boxer. And I had to do it this way, a long way. And I had to use the example of Manny Pacquiao, my fighter. I'm a Pac-tard. Now, a lot of these content creators think that I'm a fucking fan of this. I ain't no fucking fan of you, nigga. I'm a fucking example. And I'm talking to Knockout, Best Fight the Best, Janitor Farty, and anybody that I got at on my videos. You need to do your homework and check it out. Because see, I'm a mixture of my mother's bipolar and alcoholic. God bless your soul. She gone. And my father, he's still alive, 81, and he's schizophrenic. So when my father busted a nut in my mother's vagina, I came out. And I came out with a combination of a demented imagination. And all I'm saying is, your channels think you're fucking slick. And when I get at you, the best thing y'all niggas do is act like I don't exist. I notice that shit. You might say my name, and when you say my name, you'll say Full G Cap or Cap Full G. You really don't want to say the whole fucking name, right? Because I understand. You see my videos, and my imagination hasn't gone that far yet. It didn't. My demented fucking imagination hasn't gone that far. I don't need your niggas for content. I don't. I know how to make my own content. Anybody's talking about this right now? No. So please, I beg you, call me a fucking skunt. Call me a fucking bitch ass nigga. Make a video about me. But I know what the fuck is going on. I know what the fuck is, because I know black people tactics. You're going to ignore me because if you give me any kind of energy, your followers will come and look at me. And then when they see my demented imagination and how, because I'm not going to your channels and debate, because I'm not getting set up with all that fucking, I did my time. And anybody that never watched my videos, go back and watch all my videos. I go at these niggas. I go at them. But my imagination is still not at the pinnacle yet. I'm just waiting for more subs to show my fucking ass. But at the same time, thank you, subscribers. But these niggas will not say my name. These niggas, I'm waiting for a video diss of me. I'm looking for a fucking video diss of me so I could get amped up because I need fucking fuel. I need fucking hate for fucking fuel, my nigga. That's what I need. I need hate for fuel. Not Shell, not BP. Not Shell, not BP, not Exxon, not Chevron. I need fucking hate for fuel. Not regular, not premium. I need high fucking octane, my nigga. So please get my imagination railed up. Get it riled up, nigga. So I could go back and forth, blow for blow, toe to toe. Yeah, I'm not going on your channel, and I'm not going to get set up with the mute and talking over me. No. Let the fucking judges decide. Let the viewers decide who got a fucking demented imagination. So you could come with me any way you want. I don't give a fuck, my dude. All of y'all niggas. All of y'all. I'm a one-man army is on. I never been taken out. I leave MCs looking out. Yeah, you know. You know what I'm talking about. Fuck that shit, man. Yo, I'm not here to change your mind. I'm here for you to read between the lines. It's not what they say, it's what they're not saying. And I mix the lies with the truth with the lies. But at the end of the day, where's my shades? Y'all niggas love lies. And you hate the motherfucking truth. Be gone.